Hey, everybody, and welcome to the True Crime Squad. This is Katie Weaver. I'm here with my sister, co host, and partner in crime, Kristi Brower. Hello.
Hello. Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. Feels like we haven't talked to you
Yeah.
all in forever.
Right? No kidding.
It's only
It
been three
does.
days, but it feels like a long time.
It seems to. Yeah, agreed. Well, I'm glad to be back.
Me too.
Yeah.
And we're both well. We got over
Yeah.
our we got over the plague over the weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So that was super good. Yeah. I still sound a little hoarse, and I had a random asthma attack this afternoon, but I feel good. I feel
Yeah,
fine. So,
good.
yeah.
I do too.
As evidenced by some actual show and tell I have today, which has become rare for me
Yay.
because creativity has kind of been out of my grasp while I've been kind of down this summer, but I'm coming back. But before that, you had some show and tell as well, so share that while I
I
share to
do.
Twitter.
So I've now completed my Halloween collection over at Fidget Whimsy. Not all of it's up. I'm going to post the last of it tonight. But here's something I haven't shown anyone. This would be a little devil dog. It's a devil chihuahua.
Oh, perfect.
And it's hand painted by me because these only print in a single color. So this has been a real new experience for me because I had to give him eyes and details in his face and stuff. And
Okay.
but I think he's funny as hell. If you are a Chihuahua person, if you know
Oh, he's
Chihuahuas,
hysterical.
you know how funny he is, and also what a great costume a devil costume would be for a Chihuahua.
They pretty much wear one every day.
They pretty much do. Yeah. Also, let me introduce you to Binks.
Oh, I
Binks
love
is a
Binksy.
black kitty with yellow eyes for Halloween, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
naming him Binks. If you know, you know. I
Yep.
think y'all are old enough to know why his name is Binks. Isn't he cute?
He is
So, anyway,
darling.
go check out the Halloween collection at Fidget Whimsy. Binks and I haven't named this guy yet. But this guy, my little devil chihuahua and Binks will be coming up tonight after. I'll be putting that up tonight after the show. So then all of it. Yes, thank you, Jamie. Hocus pocus for the win, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be putting up these tonight, and then my Halloween collection will be complete. I'm so excited about it. I have
Oh,
so many fun things.
that is awesome. Well, the dog is perfect.
Isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I I was really hesitant about whether I really had the skill or not to pull off the painting part. But
Mm-hmm.
Rhonda, who paints ceramics and all kinds of stuff and is a lot better at this stuff than me,
Mm-hmm.
gave them the two thumbs up. So I figure they're probably
Okay.
okay.
They worked. Yep. Well, good
They
job.
turned out so cute. It's just so funny because man, if you're a Chihuahua person, you know.
Right. As a Chihuahua mom of three, yeah,
Yeah.
I fully endorse this. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Funny. Well, I
Teresa, you don't
had.
know about Binks? Oh, it's
Oh.
from the movie Hocus Pocus.
Mm-hmm.
There was a cat, a black cat.
He was a hero.
Yeah, it was a hero of the show
Mm-hmm.
of that movie, Hocus Pocus. You should probably watch it.
Oh, you should. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. That's the first Hocus Pocus. Is he Binks in the second? He probably is. I don't
I
think
think
so.
so.
Probably. I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, I had a little to share. Mine are photos. I loaded the kiln this morning with some. It's called freeze infuse. It's a way that you do glass work with raw glass powder. And I was making a bunch of fall leaves, and I just always think it's fun to see the difference. So this is as I'm loading the kiln. This is what they look like. That's unfired glass.
Ah, okay.
And then this is after they're fired. That's fired
Oh,
glass.
wow. They're beautiful.
Aren't they pretty? The way the colors change, I think is kind of cool. And
They're
I
gorgeous.
did a bunch of variegated ones because I thought it was kind of cool to show like the different, different colors that they may become. But anyway, I just think it's always a miracle to go from this
Yeah,
to this.
it is. That is so neat.
And I mean, it only takes about 1400 degrees
I mean, that's not much.
to accomplish that. But here's a few close-ups. They just turned out so pretty. So I think I'm going to make a platter or a bowl or something out of them, but they just turned out really cool. And then that's from a different batch, but those colors I thought turned out really pretty as
Oh,
well.
so pretty. Yes.
But the miracle of glass and fusing glass just continues to completely astound me. So
Yeah.
I thought you guys might
It's
like seeing that.
amazing.
Yeah, kind of cool. Actually, really cool. Yeah. It does make working with powdered glass kind of a challenge because the color that you get versus the color that it looks like can be so different. And there's really no indication of that with powdered glass. Like, you don't know really until you fuse it yourself. So I've had some epic fails and some, happy accidents, but at any rate, that's
It's
fused
kind of
glass
fun.
for
Just, I
you.
guess over time, you just get to kind of know,
Yeah.
like, oh, this color's gonna, okay, this one's gonna go a lot darker, or, whatever.
hmm
That's
This
pretty
is
cool.
maybe what's going to happen. Well, and it sometimes depends too on what other colors you combine it with, because some of them sometimes are reactive
Oh,
against each other. So you'll get something totally different that you didn't expect
that's
too.
kind of cool, though,
I have a
to just
big
never know.
sheet. Yeah, I have a big sheet of what they call reactive glass that's kind of an ivory color that a
Hmm.
lot of things react to differently. So you might have rings around it or, things that you just really wouldn't expect. So anyway, it's fun. I like it.
How fun.
Is our other sis crafty like us? She is not. She could be. She should be. She's so busy.
Well, I think she's actually really creative at cooking. She's a
Yes,
really good
she
cook,
is.
and
Mm-hmm.
she makes all kinds of really creative things. I think her creativity comes out more in cooking than
Mm-hmm.
crafting. Our mom was very crafty, and she was also a
Mm-hmm.
really good cook.
Yeah. Yeah, she was. Yep, she was a good quilter too.
Lion also says that your glass looks a bit like wine gums, but she knows she should not be eating that glass.
Please don't.
The wine
Yeah.
gums, pretty awesome,
Mm-hmm.
I will say.
For sure. All right. Well, we should probably get into it. We decided to do a
We
roundup
should.
today because there's just a lot of random, sometimes there's just a lot of random crime that needs to be kind of gathered up and pulled together. We did
Hmm.
do our inaugural episode finally of the political podcast today. So if you're
Hmm.
interested in that, that of course is over at Tater Talk, and you
On
can find that by
Spotify.
heading over to Spotify. Yeah, it's not on YouTube. It's just on Spotify and other podcasting platforms. So if you're interested in that, great. If you're not, totally cool. We're not doing politics here. We're only doing it there for lots of
Hmm.
good reason. So that's
Yep.
what's up there. Aren't all
But we're
Mormons
excited.
crafters, quilters? Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. Listen
We're
to me.
raised to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, when we were younger girls, growing up in the Mormon church, I mean, you had weekly activities with the young women's. And even earlier that most of the time it was to do something crafty,
Hmm.
which interestingly convinced me that I wasn't creative. I thought for a long time I did not have any creative skills or crafty skills because I was typically kind of bad. There was a lot of toll painting, guys. That's what I can say. A
Yeah.
lot of toll painting, and I was
That was
terrible at it.
really
Yeah.
popular when we were kids, and but also a lot of
Yeah.
cooking, sewing,
Uh huh.
baking, canning,
Mhm.
quilting. We've been
Mhm.
talking about maybe we need to throw on a baby quilt or two for
Yeah.
my new grandbaby
Yeah.
because we know how to do all that stuff, man.
Mhm.
We don't
Yeah.
do a lot of it anymore, but we can.
Uh-huh. But I will say that's definitely something we absolutely benefited from in the way we were raised is we learned a
Hmm.
lot of home crafting and things like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Jamie agrees. Way too much painting. Yeah.
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 And yeah, I was never good at that either. But
Hmm.
I think you're better at creative things that allow you to do what you are creative about, not some rote, you
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
pattern or something. And that's
Right.
that's true for me too. Because the other thing was cross
Hmm.
stitch. And guys,
Oh,
I suck at cross stitch. Terrible. I'm also
yeah.
terrible at sewing,
Uh-huh.
but I'm good at other things. So
Listen, I have a degree in home economics education. I took a lot of sewing classes in college. I do not sew. I can sew. I don't want to sew. Actually, Scott is a much better seamstress than I am, but it's just not in my wheelhouse. It's not in my place.
right.
Yeah. But yes, I will definitely say that's something that we benefited from. Yeah.
Hmm.
Let's see. Oh, Connie wanted to know. So the YouTube, you don't have to cancel the subscription. YouTube did. So you don't even have to cancel it. That's just done.
It's
But
just
the
done.
new subscription is at Buy Me a Coffee. So you can just go right to truecrimesquad.com. There's a link there. Just go over to Buy Me a Coffee. It's $2 a month to go to the watch party. Super cheap. That's all you have to do. Yep. And the watch party is this week.
Yeah, it
So
is.
yeah, we'll be letting you know tomorrow what we're
We
watching
will.
this
I
week.
haven't decided yet. I've been so wrapped up in I've been wrapped up in Chimp Crazy, guys, and it's on Max. And I wish it was on YouTube, or I mean on Netflix, because we would be watching it 100%. But oh my God, anybody watch Chimp Crazy? Because
I have
it
not. I've
was
been
made by the same guy that made uh
Tiger King.
Tiger King. It's
Yeah,
crazier though. It is crazier.
I
Anyway,
gotta go watch it. I've
I
been
really want to
binging A
talk about it.
Discovery of Witches,
Ah.
and it's so good. But
Mhm.
yeah, I'm gonna go watch Chimp Crazy though,
Chimp
so we can
Crazy.
talk about
Chimp
it.
Crazy is on
Yes.
HBO Max. Maybe it's in other places too. I don't know. Um. Oh my God, you guys. I I really do want to talk about it at some point. We'll talk about it because it gets into the area of animal cruelty, not so animal neglect. Not it's not specifically cruelty. It's more neglect and animal hoarding and that kind of thing. And so it is actually a true crime.
Hmm.
Um, anyway, I please some of you watch it so that we can have a show on it because there's so much to talk about, friends. Ah,
I don't have Max. I might have to get Max so I can watch this because now I have to watch this. Yes.
it is, it's worth it. Yeah.
Wow. Janet
Oh,
loved A
Christine saw
Discovery
it.
of
Oh, good.
Witches too. Yes. Oh, Christine did. Okay, so we're getting there. Okay.
Okay, good. I need to debrief, man. Tanya's still in my head.
Yikes. Okay.
The Dolly Parton of chimps.
That's what she
If
calls
that
herself?
tells you anything.
Oh
Yeah,
dear God. And
she's a
how dare you
person though.
disrespect Queen Dolly that way? Really?
Correct. Right. Yes.
Hmm. Hmm.
Anyway.
Well, before we kick it off, I just had one thing that I wanted to share that wasn't actually part of any episode, but it's just cool and I wanted to share it. So, this is a photo of
Oh, I
DeFaro.
saw this.
He was at the statement, or he was at the Emmys like this.
Hmm.
And I just thought that was amazing. And if you don't know what this is, that is a representation of MMIW, or Missing
Yeah.
and Murdered Indigenous Women, which they a lot of people have kind of changed that now to MMIP, Missing and Murdered Indigenous People, which
Hmm.
is fine too. But at any rate, the way he represented himself and the Indigenous people, I thought was amazing. So
Yeah,
good on
that
him.
was really cool.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Christy, I'm gonna kick it over to you. You're gonna lead us out with an Oh, Idaho.
Am I ever? This Oh Idaho actually involves a crime committed in my backyard.
For real.
Literally. Again, for any of you that have followed us for a while, you know this is the second time that this has happened. So last night, Rhonda and I were coming home from, we were all at our sister Kara's having dinner
Hmm.
and came home. And as we're pulling down our road, there are a million cop cars. And Rhonda's like, is that in front of our house? I'm like, oh, I don't think so. And then we get closer and we're like, oh no, it is in front of our house. We have next door neighbors that have had some domestic violence incidents. And so we thought, well, maybe it's them. No, there were literally cop cars right in front of our house, police milling around right in front of our yard. So we pull in and get out of the car, and I walk right up to a cop. I'm like, is everything okay? Like, holy shit. He's like, well, there was a man who was on the run from us, and he ran through a bunch of your neighbors' backyards. He even got up on the roof of your next door neighbor's house, and then he jumped in your backyard, and we had to tase him. And I'm like, what? I'm like, well, did you catch him? Do you have him? And he's like, yeah, we have him, but we got to go back in your backyard because we have a bunch of taser wires back there. I'm like, okay. So they jump our gate because we've locked our gate because this happened once before.
Right.
So our gate is padlocked, hoping that this wouldn't happen. But apparently, criminals love our backyard, and so he just jumped the gate. He didn't wait for me to go unlock it. And he came back out with this big wad of green taser string and like the little electrodes that go into the body.
Oh my
He's like,
God.
we didn't want you guys stepping on any of that back there.
Like,
And
yeah,
I was like, well,
I'd like my
I
dogs not
appreciate.
to be mixed up in that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that'd be good for my little dogs too. But yeah, it was very unsettling. There were, I think, at least 6 cops. They didn't tell us very much. I don't know who it was. I don't know what I said. So he was running from you or what? And he's like, yeah, warrants. Like he didn't really want to tell us anything, but I'm like, dude, you do not know who I am. I want to know.
We'll figure this out.
We'll
Yeah.
figure it out. I haven't figured it out yet, but for whatever reason, that moron jumped in our backyard and the police tased him in our yard. Whew. So I was like, well, thanks for catching him and stuff. Glad we lock our house.
Indeed.
It was
Yeah.
kind of terrifying. And our poor little dogs were like, what the fuck is going on? And our cats, everybody acted all spooked because there've been all these, lights and sirens and people in our yard and stuff while we were gone. I had a little bit of a hard time falling asleep last night because I was like, every sound, the wind was blowing and there was a tree bumping against the roof. And I kept hearing someone on our roof, like, he's like, I don't even know how he got on your neighbor's yard, roof. I'm like, holy shit. Who was this guy?
That is insane.
But again, several years ago, this happened when somebody robbed the subway just around the corner from us. And that fool jumped in our backyard too. And the police were in our yard at like 2:00 in the morning searching because they thought he may have stashed a gun in our bushes.
That's right.
That's why we locked up our gate. And guess what? Didn't help. This is in Idaho Falls, Sand. This isn't in Rexburg. This is in Idaho Falls. It's a little bit bigger town south of Rexburg.
Yeah.
But that was really creepy.
Yeah. Very.
Very creepy.
Jeepers. Steph said ICE arrested a Peruvian gang guy suspected of 23 murders a block and a half from my house. Oh, dear God.
Yikes.
Ooh.
Yikes. See, that's the thing. I don't know. This guy had warrants. Warrants for what?
Right?
My God.
Well,
Right? It's time to make the fence higher. Maybe so, right? Or
That's
we
what
need, what
Scott
do we need?
said. He goes,
Put
"We need to
razor
put a
wire?
6-foot privacy fence up there." Yeah.
Right, because our gate is not super tall. Maybe I need to put razor wire on top of it. I don't know. Why do they jump in our backyard?
Depot.
Right, I know. I have no idea. Like I know where to buy that or if it's even legal to own it. I have no idea because it's really
I
dangerous
want to go
stuff,
with you
but-
to Home Depot when you ask.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Ooh, Jessica said they woke
So-
up to the SWAT team one day going to the neighbors.
Oh, my God.
Well, do you want to
Was-
know what's weird?
Mm.
Is that 3 nights ago, about, I don't know, 2 a.m., my dogs just started going crazy. And I got up, and Scott was standing on the front steps looking out, and he said, the police have been up and down this road 3 times, and they are shining a spotlight. And they keep driving past all our house, the neighbors' houses with a spotlight, and then coming back and doing it again.
Oh, no.
I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. So,
Well,
I don't know
maybe he
what to
escaped
say.
from them and came down here and got in my backyard.
Yeah. Maybe so. Well, no, yours happened. Yeah, well, it's true. Mine happened first and then yours. So, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
The Home Depot guys will. They probably will. And if they don't sell it, they'll know how to make it. Yep.
Probably.
Yikes. Paula had a girl pull into her yard to escape the police. She thought if she looked like she was home, she couldn't be arrested. Oh, good Lord. It's not even your
Isn't it
home,
weird?
dummy.
How does that count for anything? Yeah, I don't know. That's funny.
Well,
So
I'm
anyway,
gonna take
that's
it on
my
back
o-
for some WTF.
Ah, okay.
Imagine you're working at Panera and a fight breaks out. As an employee, what do you do? Well, our hero
Turn
in
up your sound,
Colorado.
Katie. Some people are saying you're a little quiet.
Oh, we've been working with our sound stuff. Well,
You might
yet again, we
notice
think we've
no
solved our
beep.
problems, but Okay, how's that?
That's better, I think.
Is that better? Okay, we'll try
Hmm.
that. I'm still
Oh,
a
your
little
mic was
hoarse.
just, your mic wasn't quite close enough to your face, too, I think.
Yeah, hopefully that fixes it. Okay, alrighty. Well, if you work at Panera and some trouble breaks out, well, if you're an employee, you might need to get involved. So I'm going to show you a clip that happened. This is a video that a customer took at Panera last week in Colorado. I ran it 2 times so that you could get a good sense. The person at the counter is a man that is pissed off and yelling at the employees for stealing his cell phone. The employees don't have his phone. They don't have a clue what he's talking about. And
Okay.
from there, it turns into, well, some pretty good mayhem, and a couple other customers jump in to try to help out. But you really got to keep your eyes on the employee and see what she does.
Hey, come on, get out. What's up on you, nigga? Oh. Hey, come on, grow up. Stop it. Get out. Get out of here. Hey! Stop it! Stop it! Call the police. Call the police on this guy.
641 South Colorado Boulevard. Come on now.
Hey! Hey, come on, get out. What's up on you, nigga? Oh. Hey, come on, grow up. Stop it. Get out. Get out of here. Hey! Stop it. Stop it. Call the police. Call the police on this guy.
641 South Colorado Boulevard. Come on now.
Was that like a pizza scoop or what
Yeah.
was that thing?
Yeah, the New York Times was calling it a bread pan. It's not. It's according to a person who works at Panera, it is a big spatula thing that they get sandwiches out of the oven with. But
Okay.
she just runs in there and starts giving him the
Whack.
wax.
Good job. What a jackass. Wow.
So this dude runs off, actually comes back later and throws a smoothie at them and yells at them some more. He's still not been arrested. The police still don't know who he was. But yeah. But don't mess with Panera Girl. She'll just beat your ass with a spatula, as
She
her
will,
mama probably taught her.
Right. And as was her right, my lord. Can you
Right?
imagine working in a place and something like that happens?
And the way he was just like throwing shit right and left, just being a jerk, just to be a jerk, you know?
And scream, give me my phone. Like the
Yeah.
employees behind this counter at Panera have his phone. Come on.
In a couple of articles I read, the employees were like, I didn't have the first clue what he was mad about. Like, we had no idea what he was talking about.
Mm.
Yeah.
What a fool.
Yeah. So anyway, good on her. Way to go. Keep it up. When in doubt, that's what we do.
Pan it out. Pound it out. Pound it out. That's it.
That's right. All right. So let's see. Kristi, I'm going to kick it back over to you for racial injustice.
Yes. So we have been talking with you for a while now about Marcellus Williams and about what's going on in Missouri with people who should be being released from prison who aren't. If you remember, Marcellus Williams, the prosecutor, has gone to the courts to say, We have DNA evidence that proves that Marcellus Williams is innocent of the crime that he was convicted of. He is on death row. He is scheduled to be executed on the 24th of September, like in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. Well, this went before the Missouri Circuit Court for St. Louis County on September 12th. The prosecutor, of course, presented the information.
Yeah.
And the court came back and denied the prosecuting attorney's request and denied vacating Marcellus Williams' sentence. He is still very much at risk of being executed for a crime they know he did not commit. This is so fucking scary to me.
Right. They have
That there's this
irrefutable DNA
willingness.
evidence that it wasn't
Right.
him.
Right. And that there's this willingness to execute a man that, I mean, even if there wasn't definitive proof, wouldn't you want to be sure? Like, why is there no stay here?
Yeah.
So they are now waiting on the Missouri Supreme Court or the governor to stay his execution. If no one gets it done by September 24th, by law, they have to execute
Yeah.
a clearly innocent man.
Yep.
There is a petition that now has over 500,000 signatures on it to free him immediately. I cannot fathom what the courts are thinking. Not stopping this process. What was the ruling on the denial? I'll look here for a minute. I don't totally know. We are, I was catching this really quickly today. Now, his attorney says that they will continue pursuing every possible option to prevent his wrongful execution. There is still time for the courts or Governor Parson to ensure that Missouri does not commit the irreparable injustice of executing an innocent person. Remember, guys, this is Missouri with the very rogue
Attorney General.
Who also could be getting involved here and has not done that.
Yep.
So what
Well, they don't want to. It's bad optics.
Right. So what came out of the courts is there is no basis for a court to find that Mr. Williams is innocent. No court has made such a finding. Well, they don't have time to make a finding. You got to stop the execution now.
And they've been trying to get a
It's
finding since,
terrifying.
I think, 2021. Like, this has been going on for years.
Yes. Yeah, another quote is that this was nothing more than repackaged arguments. The prosecuting attorney is like, we have DNA evidence that says he did not do it. How can you move forward with this?
Yeah.
This is so scary to me. I just don't even know.
Yes, Teresa, he is a black man. And Missouri has a very bad history of putting black men in prison for crimes that they didn't commit. And here in the last year, they have exonerated, I think, four black men, and, well, should be 4 black men, including this guy, and then also one woman who was severely mentally ill that was also committed, or has been in prison, did like 30 years for a crime she didn't commit.
Yeah.
So killing an innocent man is not bad optics. I know, Steph. As soon as I said it, I'm like, how? In what world?
Right.
But yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
unfortunately.
insane. But part of this is the attorney attorney general. Because he should be the first one screaming for this.
Yep.
I mean, his prosecutors are saying this guy didn't do it.
Yeah. Terrifying.
Right? They charge the court with murder, but who?
Right.
Who do they charge? It's so scary to me that it's getting down this close and that they still have not at least stayed the execution so that they can go through this process.
Right.
Like, what the hell is happening here?
Right.
It's
Right,
really
Jessica.
scary.
Can you think of his family? The lawsuits, if they do this, will be insane, right?
Oh my
What the
God.
hell?
Well, and this is the ultimate fear. This is why people like me are anti-death penalty. Because of this potential.
Yeah.
And we're literally watching it play out right now. It makes me feel sick.
Yep. awful.
Yeah. And with that, Katie, I'm going to kick it back to you for.
Let's go back to Idaho.
Okay.
Oh, Idaho. Not the worst thing. Usually this is a, oh, Idaho, what the hell is wrong with you? Not this time. You guys remember this guy?
Oh, yeah.
This is Nicholas Umpenour. Nicholas Umpenour helped break his good friend Skylar Mead out of an Idaho prison earlier this year. Actually, not from the prison, but from a hospital where Mead was being treated for some self-inflicted wounds with this plan in mind. Well, they went from there up into northern Idaho and murdered presumably 2 different people, and then made a big loop around through Montana and southeastern Idaho and to Twin Falls, where they were arrested the next day. They were only on the lam for about 36 hours, but managed to murder 2 people in that scope of time.
Yeah.
They've only been charged for one of the murders yet. It's still expected that they'll be charged with the other. But they were preparing for Nicholas Umpenour to go to trial here shortly. It was supposed to start on October 21st. Not on the murders, but on 3 counts of assault or battery upon certain personnel, unlawful possession of a firearm, because he was a felon, escaping, and use of a deadly weapon during a felony. And he has changed his plea to guilty.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, he may as well just get comfortable because he's never getting out of prison.
He's never getting out of prison.
Not after all this.
No.
I mean, he was on parole at the time, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he had only been out of prison for a short time. These 2 knew each other in prison.
Right.
We know they are both part of a white supremacist gang that is very active in prisons. Aryan Knights, yep. Very active in prisons in Idaho, Utah, Montana, Washington, Oregon. And we don't know if that's why they did this. We still really don't understand why they murdered 2 old men. But
there's still really been
they did
no clarity around why they did this or what it was for. Like,
yeah.
It was just insanity.
Now, Skylar Mead actually already pled guilty on these charges. And he's already been sentenced to life in prison. The judge, not surprisingly, called him a career criminal. Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
So they both are still facing first-degree murder charges for James Money. James was the first person that they murdered and kidnapped. Kidnapped and murdered him, and then took his dogs to the next destination outside of Orfino and dropped his dogs off and killed someone else.
Yes.
So, again, the charges for the second crime haven't come forward yet, but they will. Tubbs, exactly who. Yep. So, at least he pled guilty on all this stuff, so that there need not be a trial.
Well, they may as well plead guilty on the murders, too. I mean, they're not, it's not like they're getting out of prison. They're not.
No, absolutely not.
Thank God. We do not need these people on the streets.
Right.
They're dangerous, dangerous people.
100%. Yeah, so to hell with them. So that's good. Well, Kristi, I'm going to kick it back over to you for some WTF.
WTF. Poor freaking Springfield, Ohio. Probably no. We're not going to get into all of it because I'm tired of people telling the story because it perpetuates the lies. But there was a terrible thing said about something that was happening in Springfield, Ohio during the presidential debate last week. And since then, things have gotten absolutely horrific in Springfield, Ohio.
Yeah.
They have had to close their schools. They have had bomb threats to city buildings. They have had to evacuate several apartment buildings. One of those apartment buildings burned to the ground. and we're not sure who caused that. But all of these threats are over a lie told about some immigrants living in Springfield, Ohio, that were completely not true, have been confirmed by the people who originally started the lies that they were not true. And the city of Springfield is suffering. People are going through it right now. And I am blown away
Their
by the
colleges
shit
have
that,
had to go online
yeah,
because they don't dare
like,
have anyone on campus.
no, they're afraid they're going to have bombings, shootings. There's all kinds of threats being called in all over the place. And they have no idea. They have to respond to absolutely every one of them in case any of them are legitimate. And the colleges, the schools, could there be shootings, city buildings that are threatened with bombs, city officials that are being threatened personally. There are a lot of email threats that have been coming in that the FBI is working on, trying to apprehend the people sending in these threats. It is absolutely insane to
A
think.
flood of violence on this community.
Yeah, for nothing. For an absolute bullshit story that did not happen, that is not true, that Springfield, Ohio had already said, we've already looked into this and it's not true, because we've been hearing these rumors.
Yeah.
And yet this was still perpetuated during the presidential debate. And now immigrants, right, Samuel, all of our immigrants are at risk.
Yeah.
The implication that anyone who is an immigrant, and these are legal immigrants, by the way, who are legally here in the United States, being attacked like this based on hateful, racist lies.
Yeah. And the
And
entire
the city of
community.
Springfield is just in chaos
Yeah.
right now. It's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah. It's
Right,
really
Jessica?
Scary. Really scary.
Right. JD Vance said if he has to make up a story like that to get the media's attention, then that's what he will do. And that's where this began. And then it was perpetuated by Donald Trump and the moderators of that debate said, we have checked with Springfield. They say this is not true.
Yeah.
And they doubled down on it anyway. And look at, this is domestic terrorism
Yeah.
that is happening right now in Springfield, Ohio. It is terrifying and
Springfield
horrific.
Did not deserve any of this.
No, neither did the immigrant community there,
No.
no one living there is deserving of this. It is sickening.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so disturbed by the ability to just say something like that publicly, and the fact that so many
Churn
people
up a
will act
frothing
upon
mob.
it like that.
Yep.
And it is domestic terrorism.
Yep. And we
So
do need
somebody
to call
said
it what it is.
somebody said they're in Ohio and didn't even know this was happening. You should look this up because it's really scary.
Yep.
Really, really scary.
Yep. Boo.
Not okay. Never okay. And there need to be criminal charges all the way around. Right, Paula. If only politicians could be sued for defamation, libel, slander. Yeah.
Right.
This is inciting violence.
Yep. Yep.
People are scared to death. They're trying to get out of town. The immigrants there, what I read is that a lot of them are trying to go stay with somebody in another town for a while because they're terrified for their lives.
Yeah. They don't dare
So
send their
wrong.
children to school. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's hideous. And with that, Katie, what am I kicking it back to you for?
A DNA for the win.
Ooh, we haven't had one of those in a little while.
You're going to be shocked.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay, let me find. Where is our DNA? Oh, there it is. Sorry. I was trying to kill time. There we go.
You guys, there has been some major headway in the missing persons case of Asha Degree.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is Asha on the left at 9 years old when she went missing. This was Obviously, a age progression that was made of her. So let's start with how it started. On Valentine's Day, February 14th, in 2000, Asha Degree's parents woke up to find her missing. She was gone and her backpack were gone.
Yeah.
Her parents reported her missing about 6:30 a.m. They said the last time they saw her, she was asleep in her bedroom. As it turned out, earlier that morning, about 4 o'clock a.m., two different truck drivers had reported seeing a little girl walking down Highway 18. This happened in North Carolina. The little girl that they both described matched Asha Degree's description. She was about a mile from home at that point. And that's pretty much where it ended. Investigators and community members looked for her for months. In August 2001, so about a year and a half after she disappeared, her backpack was found about 30 miles away in Burke County.
Yeah.
So the backpack was sent to an FBI lab in Quantico. And for years and years and years, her family was hoping she'd be found. They still, very recently, had made a statement to the press that they believe she's alive out there somewhere, that she was just kidnapped and that she's out there somewhere. Well, in 2017, they brought a special FBI team in to try to generate new leads. They said there were multiple people of interest that had been looked at in connection with the case. That's about all they said. In 2018, they released pictures of two things found in her backpack that didn't belong to her. There was a children's book from her school library that she didn't check out, and a t-shirt that wasn't hers. So they continued to search for her, hopeful that new technology could help solve the case, as is frequently a hope, right?
Right.
So that continued up until last week. There was a raid on a home near where she disappeared.
Really?
Yeah, so let me get back. I'm kind of chopped up here so I can get to the right information. Okay, so here's what they're telling us. When they found her belongings, they were wrapped in two sealed black garbage bags that were found along Highway 18 near Morgantown. Two of the items in the backpack had evidentiary results that led them to a person named Dedmon Ramirez and another person by the last name of Underhill. Dedmon would have been 13 years old at the time that Degree went missing.
Oh, wow.
According to the arrest warrant or the search warrants, a DNA sample of hair taken from her undershirt appeared to match Dedmon Ramirez.
Oh,
Dedmon
wow.
Ramirez had two sisters, 15 and 16. Investigators are saying that they think that Degree is a victim of homicide with her body concealed. This is the first that's ever been said.
Yeah.
They believe,
She's just
because
been
of the
missing.
ages of the children that they've linked the DNA to, at the time, they believe adult assistance was from their father, Roy Dedmon, and their mother, Connie Dedmon, who
Oh
would
my
have been
God.
necessary in the execution and or concealment of the crime. So when
Holy
these warrants dropped, they searched for the Dedmon parents as well as Dedmon Ramirez and multiple properties associated with them. So Roy Dedmon's home was 3.7 miles away from her last known location on Highway 18. And last Tuesday and Wednesday, his property was searched. Apparently, it was searched by a drone first back in February.
Wow.
Another place they searched was an assisted living home known as Northbrook Rest Home in Vail. That place is owned by Roy and Connie Dedmon.
Oh.
They also were searching for a man named Russell. Well, not for him, but there was a man named Russell Underhill who they're saying his DNA may be a match for DNA also found on Degree's belongings, lived in at least two facilities owned and operated by Roy and Connie Dedman at the time that Degree
Oh my
disappeared.
God.
He resided at
How many
Northbrook Rest
people
Home.
are involved here? Jesus.
Yeah.
That's
So
a
he
lot.
lived in Right. He lived in Northbrook Rest Home between 2002 and 2004. Underhill died in 2004.
Oh, wow.
But they have a DNA match that they believe would be his.
Oh, my God.
So, what was found in the searches? There are 29 vehicles registered in Dedman's name. 3 green vehicles and 1 red truck were seen at his property in Shelby. Of those green vehicles, 1 was seized from the property. It does resemble a car that they had initially searched for in connection with her disappearance. It's a 1970s era green vehicle that they were searching for. This was a green AMC Rambler.
That's so funny. My first thought was it's a green Rambler. And then you said it, and I was like,
Yep.
yep.
Authorities took a variety of computers, laptops, cell phones, and records from Roy Dedman's home. They also took a human tooth in a plastic bag.
Oh, no.
They also took a DNA sample from Dedman. Connie Dedman doesn't live with him any longer. They also searched her home and took 2 computers, flash and hard drives, a tablet, and various CDs and SD cards. From Dedman Ramirez's home, they took a BlackBerry cell phone. They are saying that there were no human remains found at any of the properties.
Wow.
So all we can do
Remind us
now-
again, what age was Asha when this happened?
She was 9.
When she was 9, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So these kids were older. Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah,
Oh, her poor family.
unbelievable. Yep.
I can't imagine what they must be
So-
feeling knowing that there was potentially a conspiracy around this many people
hmm
who knew what happened to Asha.
And what the hell did happen to Asha?
Yeah.
Yeah. And was she initially kidnapped? And was she kept for a certain amount of time?
Right.
Dedman has an attorney who has, urged the public to let law enforcement commence with their investigation before jumping to any conclusions. So, of course, we have to say and want to say that no one has been arrested and charged, and no one has been found guilty of anything.
Right.
However, they are now calling her death a homicide, and that is
So
it
they
has
know
been
something.
unknown all of this time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad.
So I just want to
To
show
let her
you
family
her picture
not
one more
know
time. Yeah.
all this time.
But the disappearance of Asha Degree has been a big mystery, well, since
Yeah.
2000. For the last 24
Absolutely.
years, we've been wondering what happened to poor Asha. And it
Yeah.
sounds like we're getting much closer to an answer thanks to DNA. So obviously, we'll keep a close eye on this one and see, where it goes from here.
Wow. That is wild.
Yeah.
Well, all the love to Asha's family. Gosh.
Yeah.
To finally be told at least that they are sure that she was killed.
Yeah. Right. What a beautiful little girl. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And also, why did Asha leave her house?
Yeah.
I mean, it does seem like she was trying to run away if all of the story tracks. Maybe it doesn't, but
Maybe she was tricked,
maybe she was
come
tricked.
out to do something, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It's terrifying.
I thought it was interesting that they took a BlackBerry phone from Dedman Ramirez because that would indicate to me that maybe that was an old phone.
Yeah.
I think you would
I
still
think
get
I
a
had a
BlackBerry.
BlackBerry
Maybe you
around
can.
2000.
But yeah. Yeah, who didn't? You're right. Practically
Mhm.
everybody had a BlackBerry around 2000. It was the most breaking thing you could get. Yeah.
Right.
So we'll keep a close eye on that one.
Wow. Yes, we will.
So tomorrow, jury selection begins for Donna Adelson. We are not going to stream jury selection because it's just so damn boring and dry. And I don't even know if it will be streamed, but we're not going to. So when
Yeah.
her trial in earnest starts, we will start streaming. So we'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
We don't believe that'll be for until a little bit later this week. We will not have a stream on Thursday. If we're live streaming the trial, that will commence. If we're not, and we're not at the trial yet, beginning, we just won't have a stream on Thursday. We have an event on Thursday. We're doing the Iona Days Fall Festival.
Yes.
So that's going to be fun. So that's going to be happening. And if you're local, Iona Days goes from 4 to 8 on Thursday. It looks like a lot of fun. They have music and food and vendors and all kinds of stuff going on. So come see us if you're local. That would be super fun.
Definitely. And it's in Iona, obviously.
I believe it's at the park in Iona. Yeah. So that's happening. So otherwise, though, we'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. for a brand new episode. We'll be back Wednesday night at 6 p.m. for Wednesday night case updates. And then directly following that, of course, will be the watch party. So we'll give you more info about that tomorrow. But that pretty much lays out our week. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for being here. We appreciate you guys all very much. Thanks for being a part of the inner squad, of the squad, per always. Sorry. If you're in Patreon, you're a part of the inner squad.
That's true.
But that's how I always say that. I don't know. You're all a part of the squad. We appreciate every one of you very much.
Definitely.
So that's what's going on. Oh, we did something kind of fun over the weekend. We had a cameo request. And the cameo request brought up idea on our part to put together a song based on, so this was for a bachelorette thing. So we did some bachelorette crime stuff, and then I wrote a song with the help of AI, a love song that included a bunch of serial killers, like a love song, true crime style, that was very fun. So we posted that over on Twitter and in our SoundCloud, and you can go find it there. But yeah, we got new
You should
tunes.
check it out. It's pretty funny.
It's pretty hilarious. Yeah. Yeah. Talking about Bundy's charm and Ed Gein's style.
And John Wayne Gacy's smile. Yeah. Freaky.
Yeah. Pretty ick. Yeah. It's pretty great. So go check that out. Alrighty, guys. Well, that's what we've got. So, can we do a love song from Sarah Boone to her new lawyer? Oh, I'm sure there's going to be more Sarah coming. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Which
my
one?
goodness.
She has 3 now, Ina.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's batting the lashes for all 3 of them, y'all.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
For sure. Alrighty. Well, for real, that's it. So, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for being here. This has been yet another production of the True Crime Squad.
Bye, everybody.